Hello, everyone. Okay, let's practice speaking. All right. We have different topics here. For example, the first topic is about money, and I have some questions here. Let's start answering those questions, okay? Okay, let's pick one. It says, what do you like to spend money on the most? Well, um, yeah. Well, normally I spend a lot of money on education. Yeah. In fact, when I was if I'm not wrong, when I was 24, 25, I started spending a lot of money. I started investing money on my education. I know it was kind of late because I studied English when I was a teenager, but I had a scholarship because my father worked at IGNA, and all the workers at that company received a fuller scholarship for their kids. So I got that scholarship. Yep. So that's why I learned English. And learn how to speak English. And this is how, I make money and I support my family. But with my own money, I started investing on my education at the age of 25. I took courses, okay, related to computers. I learned computers for 2 years. I took a lot of courses in graphic design, office courses. That was back in 1997, if I'm not wrong. So this is what I normally do. Well, this is what I used to do in the past when I was much, much younger. I invested on education. Then I studied at IPAE. I started studying there I think it was in the year 2000. I took an administration course, a management course for a year. Then I quit. Well, what else? Well, then I realized that, you know, uh, my profession, the thing that I wanted to do was to be a teacher, an English teacher. I had no other choice because there were no other job offers that helped me support myself or make enough money to accomplish my goals. And I started taking courses like I took an exam, international exam. I passed the ECP. It's like a certificate of English for English learners or speakers who got this advanced level. And I got a C2 level passing that exam. But it took me like 6 months to train myself in order to pass this exam. Then I took other courses like CELTA, TESOL. So I invested a lot of money on my education. And that's why I found good jobs. Actually, mm, I mean, the investment that all the money they put on my education, helped me a lot. In the long run, uh, it paid off. So now I have two jobs. I work at IGNA as an English teacher, and I work at UPC as an English teacher as well. So this is how I, make my living, and I support my family. Well, something else that I spend a lot of money on is food. You know, I buy groceries every 15 days, and I also buy other supplies for the house for my kids. And I'm investing money on my daughter's education. I have two daughters, and they're studying in high school at a private school. The name of that private school is Innova. And I spend like 3,000 a month, you know, including the pension, the menu that they receive in that school, and transportation that take them to school, and they take them to school and then they take them back to my house. So this is pretty much what I do with my money. Besides, I have debts, uh, I have some debts that I need to pay every month. And well, I think that's not a good idea to pay debts because um, I'm trying to get rid of those debts as soon as possible, hopefully this year. Well, that's pretty much I can say about how I spend money on. And then I have another question about money. Well, let's pick the last one. Should young people learn about money at school? That's a good question. Yes, of course. I think that is a course that is missing in high school or maybe primary school since very at a very early age. People, young people or children should know about how to deal with money. So, but this course is missing. I remember that I learned accounting when I was in college, when I was like 27 years old. That was kind of late. But yes, the question is it's interesting because there should be a specific course about money, how to uh, make my budgets, and how to deal with money issues or financial problems that this is part of real life. And sometimes people uh, can't deal with those financial issues because they're not used to that, or this is the first time they have those type of situations. And it's a matter of handling those real life situations uh, in a good way, in a smart way. Otherwise, you might end up feeling guilty or irresponsible or a loser because a lot of people waste money or because they don't know how to do with the money they have. Yep. They squander the money on things that are not necessary. So that happened to me a lot. I remember that I started some business when I was at 30. Yeah. I had some private, language centers that I started with some friends, but they didn't, I didn't succeed with those business ideas. So maybe because I was so young, I was so, how could I say, I didn't know how to handle those situations, you know, paying people, paying workers, a, getting the most out of the resources that I had. Because starting a business is not a joke. You have to plan it ahead of time what you're going to do with that business idea, to succeed. Otherwise, you'll end up, wasting a lot of money. This is what happened to me. Well, that's pretty much I can say now. Thank you very much for your attention. But don't forget, this is how you're going to train yourself. All right. Pick a couple of questions, start speaking to yourself, record yourself on video, post your video on YouTube, TikTok, just for you. Eh, well, if someone or some people like your video, start watching it, fine. If not, doesn't matter. The most important thing is that you practice your English as much as you can. Yep. Good luck, guys. See you around.